Do you plan on donating organs once you die? Why or why not? Sometimes it isn't so simple. My mom just died in the ICU. They asked us if she was the type of person who would want to help people, which obviously she was. But they would have needed to intubate and keep her on life support for 3 additional days to even consider donating eyes or her kidneys. And at that point, it was nothing short of cruel to extend her suffering. It was strange, because we were all like, yes, of course she would donate, but the way they presented it as an afterthought, and when we found out it would keep her that way and actually require intubation beyond her already mechanical respirator, it wasn't a question. It's nice and smart to have these chats about would you donate, but remember circumstantially what this could mean for your still living body, for your family to witness. This never crossed my mind before. It inspired me to kind of write out plans. If I pass away, and they can harvest, go nuts and take everything. If they need to prolong my suffering for more than 24 hours to harvest, no. I always imagined donating would happen because I would be dead, I guess. Maybe I was naive. And also making that choice for someone else was horrific. Please advise on your wishes. Story time. Working at a hospital now, a young lady who lived alone and working with the Wildlife Conservation Center died following a road accident. She is a registered donor and was declared safe for donation. We took out 8 organs from her and gave to other patients all over the country. Managed to talk to her co-workers and family members before the procurement procedure. She wasn't a kind person. She cut off contact with all of her family members including her parents and distant relative. Co-workers said she is kinder to animals than other humans. The story of her death came out in the local online news website. People commenting how kind and what a great person she was to donate to strangers, but in truth, she was remembered differently by people who were close to her. A stark contrast to what people comment of her. I guess that's why I wanted to donate my organs when I'm dead. If people close to me have a bad memory of me, maybe a stranger will remember in a different light. Yes, I'm going to be an organ donor and I want to donate any/everything that can be used B/C. Why not? It's really important to note that anyone who wants to donate should have a living will specifying exactly what they want to donate and have that discussion with their loved ones. That way loved ones will know what your decisions were and won't have to make the call themselves when they are already grieving. Absolutely. My closest family is aware that when I die, they are basically to scrap me out for parts. Anything that can possibly be useful to someone else should be taken and used. I've also seriously considered donating my body to the powers that be for whatever will do the most good. Whatever is left is to be burned to a crisp and scattered somewhere pretty. I hold no romantic notions about death. I'm a bag of meat, so I may as well be a useful bag of meat. If I died right now, no. But maybe that will change over time. I have an illness, the cause of which is unknown. So my organs probably aren't the best to donate. But having that illness could make me useful to science and researchers of my illness. So I would want my body to be donated to research, which requires the organs to stay in the body, not be given to other people. I think that would help more people in the long run. Literally everybody is saying yes, so I guess I'll come clean and say that no, I won't be donating any of myself. I'm in good health and have no medical conditions, so I'd be an ideal donor, but I won't do it. The reason? To be brutally honest and answer this question, even though I'm sure I'll be downvoted, it's simply because I think it's gross. It's like something from a horror movie. I hate to admit it, but I'm squeamish, and the thought of being dissected and ripped apart so my guts can be transplanted in someone else just grosses me out. I'm sorry if that sounds selfish, or whatever, and I'm sorry that I'm not a perfect saint like everyone else here. I'm just being honest. Plus, I'm willing to bet that I'm not the only one who feels this way. I'm just not going to humble brag online to make myself feel good. And seriously, this is the 21st century now. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to make artificial organs or clone them in vats to be transplanted when people need them. We shouldn't even have to rely on ripping them out of other people, like it's the fucking Dark Ages or something. Maybe donating is a crutch for the medical industry, and maybe if more people refuse to donate, the industry will be forced to actually develop new and better alternatives. Necessity being the mother of invention, and all that. I dunno, just an idea. Yes, I will have absolutely no need for them, and others really need them, so it seems like the only sensible thing for me to do. I did find out when I worked in dialysis about people called altruistic donors. They are people who donate a kidney, not for anyone in particular, but for anyone at all who may need it, the way people donate blood. And this probably is obvious, but I will just say it in case it isn't as obvious as I think. They do it while alive, and live out the rest of their lives with the one kidney. I think these people are amazing. I have found myself thinking more and more about being one of them, but I know very little about the whole process or what it would mean for me physically. And I don't know if I would be able to do it in the end, but I have thought about it more and more ever since I heard about it. Kind of going against the crowd. No, I'm not planning on donating my organs due to my irrational fear of feeling pain after death. That is also the reason I don't want to be cremated. I have always been afraid of pain. I have had a panic attack over a needle. It's really bad. I'm also terrified of when I will need to get my wisdom teeth removed. Also have a fear of feeling the pain while I'm put under. I think this fear stems from when I got a tooth pulled with no medication. I also don't like doctors. Absolutely not. Doctors have made mistakes about people being brain dead, and people have woken up during organ donation. There was even a case of a woman starting to struggle while having her organs removed, and they just held her down and continued. There have been cases where doctors put less effort into saving people so they could take their organs. In actual fact, they have to keep your body alive for organ donation, so you aren't really dead, but they don't use anesthetic because you're assumed to have a no longer functioning brain. Did you know that when the incision is made, the heart rate and blood pressure of the donor increase, suggesting they can feel it? I'm sorry other people are sick, but I won't risk being literally tortured to death. Yes, I ticked the box when I was getting my driver's license 17 years ago. Fuck, I'm old, because I thought to myself I'll be dead and I won't need the organs, and someone else does. As an aside, my father needs a lung transplant. Without one, he'll continue to suffer as his quality of life continues to deteriorate. He's currently on supplemental oxygen, and now he even needs a mobility scooter just to go to the restaurant on the corner. With just a single lung transplant, he'd be able to go back to playing basketball. Transplantation, as a viable option for all who need it, is only viable with willing donors. Refusing to be an organ donor is perhaps the most needlessly selfish decision one can make. In my mind, being an organ donor should be opt out rather than opt in.